I went and I looked at your,
Sorry.
okay. I I've seen that you have the channel. I don't know much about it. Like I said, I'm not very technologically advanced. But I am looking to do something along those lines and to do to promote myself through the sound healing and meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Alison. How are you doing?
Hi, good. Hi,
So,
everyone.
Donna, it's very easy. It's easier, but setting up YouTube channel is actually, I think, even easier than setting up your Facebook account.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can just simply go to YouTube and see how to set up YouTube channel. And
Okay.
you'll see kids are really good with it, and they don't complicate, you know.
Mhm.
So have your picture already. I suggest every account you set up anywhere, have your best picture. Don't put, avatars or whatever, something made up, your
Mhm.
face and your real name. This way, everything is consistent throughout the internet and you are recognizable. How celebrity gets remembered and recognized, they're everywhere.
Mhm.
You wanna, manufacture your celebrity. So you set up, then there is a way to put what is that called, the banner. You can create, just it will give you the size that is needed. You go to Canva. You know what Canva is?
Mhm. No, Canva.
Canva. Okay, I'll put link in the group after the
Okay.
meeting.
All right.
This
Thank
is
you.
where you can create digital art.
Oh.
You put size that YouTube tells for the banner, to dimensions. Okay, create custom design. You put dimensions, whether it's in inches or in pixels. For the YouTube, it will be pixels, not inches. So you switch to pixels, put
Okay.
dimensions. It will give you, already perfect size. And then you can add your photo, you can add text, or you can do something random. If it's shamanism, put your drums pictures or something.
Sure.
So it's obvious what's going on there. What is it you're doing? And then what you have already uploaded to Facebook, you have a lot. You have quite a bit. You can upload all of them to YouTube
Oh,
already for starters.
okay.
And then you'll figure out how it works, then start recording more. It's easier to upload to YouTube than to Facebook.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I
And then
will
there
try
is a
that.
description box under each video. You put your information. When you program the channel, you can already put, program, or you can change it every time if you want to.
Mhm.
But you do want your links to your media, to your website, if you have a shop, where to find you. You want all
Well,
this information.
and I don't have a brick and mortar I used to have. I don't want that anymore. I'm a mobile massage therapist and I do retreats.
Mhm.
And so that's why I reached out to you about a drumming journey for finding the inner wild woman in you. And then I saw on Facebook it was from the Together post on Facebook on wound healing, women's
Uh-huh.
wound healing and through journey. Are you familiar with what I'm speaking about?
Well, but yeah, but I have idea. I haven't really done any deep work on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, especially finding the wild woman, finding that inner essence of what we are, who we are, and letting waking up, waking others up, other women up to know that the social conditioning that they've had all of their life doesn't necessarily have to be anymore.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
I would call it connecting to sacred feminine or awakening the sacred feminine. But yeah,
Yes.
it's just in different wrapper, I guess. Yeah. Well, are you looking to record a program or run something live? What is it you're looking for?
Well, I think what I'm going to do, and I think what I'm going to do first off, and I'm going to practice, is once I have my journey, my journeying, I wouldn't say speech, but my wording through what I'm going to do, then I think what I'll do is have it to where they're going to have their eyes closed anyway. I will be up to where I have a music stand and I will have all my wording there in front of me. And for coordination purposes, I will drum and lightly and I will talk and say the journey while I'm drumming.
Have you ever tried it? It's very difficult to
Oh no, I
synchronize. It's
have.
crazy.
Yes.
I did drumming recording for myself, just drumming, and then I used it as a background. That's much easier because
Okay.
your brain is already, you have to multitask. You're watching other people. You have to remember what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have, your storyline and pay attention to everybody else, and also remembering, not to behave the wrong way, how
Sure.
you're presenting yourself. Too much to handle. So whatever's possible to do to help you as pre-recorded music would be easier. Also with this, so it's going to be some sort of protocol, a program. I would suggest, just to make it more practical and easier for you actually to market, record the entire program. So
Okay.
you making very beautiful videos. I've seen you doing it. You're so good at it.
Okay.
Record the whole program. Then if you need to add drums, you can add drums layer on top of the video.
Okay.
You can make whole orchestra because you don't need to do it all at once. You layer it. And then, so you do the whole journey. Maybe some additional resources like separate grounding practice you can teach them, or a deep breath, or maybe some cheat sheet, checklist, whatever, what they need to know, something, or maybe a template for journaling their progress or how they feel, something. So now you have whole package.
Yes.
So you package it and you put it up for sale, offer it on your Facebook page, on your website, anywhere you're gonna post video, offer it. I have this ready for you.
Okay.
And then tiny clips from what you record, what makes sense. You make bunch of tiny clips from this program, something that stands out, bunch. So this is your promotional series, and you space it out. You don't put it all at once. You space it out, maybe every other day or twice a week or once a week, whatever works for you. You space it out, program it into YouTube and then on Facebook. And if you want to more, if you want the whole thing, here's a link for you.
Okay.
And then you see somebody buys, you ask for feedback. If something didn't work out, you'll know what to fix. If everything perfect, they'll give you very nice feedback. You put it where your sales page. Here's how it is. This is what people say. Now you have social proof.
Yes.
Now it's easier to sell. And now as you gain more of that social proof, you can schedule live event, whether it's through Zoom or a local. But now you have whole this experience. You're everywhere on Facebook, on YouTube, you have feedback. So this is whatever event you schedule, people won't have this perception, oh, she's doing it first time. I don't know if it's going to be good.
Sure.
Now it's already been going on. She already has this package. And if I cannot afford live, or time-wise I cannot make it, I have this option. So for marketing, I think this is the easiest route.
Is it, all right, so as far as putting, you said putting things together and layering.
The
What-
music,
Yes, so what I mean, I don't know anything about that. All I play and my husband records it on his laptop. I mean, we're very,
so you record whatever you can just speak or play whatever works.
Mhm.
Okay, so you record as it is, then you go to video editing. I use DaVinci Resolve, Blackmagic. If it's
Okay.
if your laptop kind of with a smaller memory, it may not be able to handle it, but there are others.
Okay,
Somebody even shared. Some are free. DaVinci Resolve is free. It just
okay,
you need powerful computer for that. But there are other softwares that allow that.
okay,
So you just add second audio track. You don't remove, you don't mute the existing track, you layer on top of it.
okay,
And you can layer as many as you want. Okay, which is great for when you sell audio tracks, your guided meditations. I even done ASMR this way. So I would speak, and the sound is always better if you record your speech without music.
yeah,
It's much cleaner, better quality. Then you put music on top of it.
okay,
Otherwise, it kind of gets muffled up altogether.
okay,
So I would record myself, then I add music, then I add my recording that I already have ready of drums where it's appropriate. And then I'd add whispers. And you can, like in DaVinci, and Audacity is for audio too, professionals use. It's free.
It's called what?
Audacity. It doesn't do videos, but it does audio.
Audio, okay,
So there are also options to do left and right. So if you use headphones, it switches.
oh,
So I would record separate tracks with whispers and end. So now you have relaxing music, drums, my regular voice, and whisper going into different ears, alternating.
okay,
So if you have a will to do this and time and energy, it comes out really cool.
okay,
But for us video presentation, it's, I mean, more work a little bit, but you can also strip this video and make separate audio recordings, like more advanced with whispers and layered different music.
okay.
And just add as additional, item. Now you've seen whole class, you went through the process, but for um, for maintenance, for further work, just listen the audio. You don't need to see me.
I agree with that. You know, it was on my, I did a sound bath for, it was this past Saturday. I don't know if y'all have heard of it before in your communities. It's called Porch Fest. And it's where a bunch of musicians from all over get together and they play on houses of porches. And it runs an all-day event, and the money raises, it's for the community. You know, we were raising money for the library, for the children's, programs that aren't funded anymore through the library system. So I was the only one that does. They always start me out every year, the very first one, so they can, because there's drinking and stuff later on involved, So it's a chance for people to just mellow out in the beginning. And I had people come up and say, if you had this to where I could buy it, I would use it to go to sleep at night. And so that's what I started thinking, maybe I do need to further this. And then now I'm being presented with this class and you have so much information. I'm so grateful to have found you and to be here with you all. So thank you.
Very good, very good. And absolutely do record set of different recordings that maybe you can theme into one bigger program, but also sell them separate.
Okay.
Because people will ask too, and that will be more affordable. So who doesn't know you at all, maybe they will not want to spend money to buy entire
Right.
program before they know you. But if you sell $5 audio recording for relaxation to go to sleep, it's no brainer. Under $10, it's an impulse purchase. It does not hurt.
Well, I have an idea to do. I paint. I've never been trained. I just paint, and I'm on a series of. I started out with my spirit animal, and so I've kind of got this idea to do meditations, spirit animal meditations. So from a shamanic point of view, you have you go into shape shifting, right? And so to be able to have the wording, the meditation wording, to be able to put the person who's wanting to shapeshift and get that feeling into that spirit animal. What do you think about that? Are you familiar with anything like that?
We've done whole workshop on it. It's in your course files, ladies.
Okay, I haven't seen that
Yeah,
yet.
you scroll down. You'll see it's in required studies actually.
Okay,
Part,
all right.
yes. Animal, what is it? What do we call power animal? I think we called it. And there is a little bit of introduction, and we do whole journey with shape shift. There is also script in the script session. Simple, but it will give you framework, and then you can improvise and do whole, package of them, different ones.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Cool.
that is a popular topic. And I mean, it's not just to satisfy curiosity, it's unlock our inner resources. It can be very therapeutic, very helpful.
Well,
Even,
and I find that from mainstream, it's interesting how the collective consciousness, certain people are starting to look into things like that they wouldn't have they would have thought 10 years ago or 5 years ago that they would have thought it was woo-woo. And now there's an inner awakening with some people to question it and to find out more about it. And I think and for me, it started out with toning from the singing bowls and the gongs, because when you feel that energy of the notes affecting your body and getting those chills and knowing that those chills are your body's vibration raising, then you're going, oh well gosh, they start putting two and two together, and it's almost like their subconscious starts remembering things from way back when. So yeah.
Right, ladies, you have other questions before we start with confidence. You're all good? Right, I'll put myself on the screen and we'll do this. Here. All right. All right, first I'll share a few tricks and tips that you may find helpful. First of all, well, in today's meeting, we will be talking about confidence as recording videos, presenting to the public. People always say that, well, I'm not confident enough. I'm afraid to be on camera. I don't like to be on public's eyes. So this is what we will address today. First of all, we have to be realistic. Doesn't matter how confident you are, doesn't matter how sure you're of yourself and your abilities, doesn't matter how well you know your subject. It's still unrealistic to expect not to get nervous when you speak in front of public. It's easier with camera because there are no other people. You just worry that they will judge you later, but it comes later. But in real time, it's much harder to speak in front of live public. And it's normal to get nervous. Even celebrities get nervous all the time, and you will hear them saying it all the time. It's normal, it's very human. In fact, it's a red flag if somebody never nervous about it. It's only, I think it's only psychopaths don't get nervous. But so if you're nervous, it's already, check mark. You're good. You're good. You're doing good. So be realistic. It's, completely different subject of how you manage in it, how you make it work, how you control it. But being nervous, it's very, very normal. Then also, you have to kind of have a psychoanalysis session with yourself. Actually remember real experience, because people often say, they would generalize and say, I've never been good on public. But if you sit down, maybe even take notes about your past experience and think back, was it really true? Maybe you were really good. Maybe you was even a child. You stood on a little stool and sang for your family. Did you feel nervous then? No, you felt probably pretty confident then as you went to kindergarten. Did you ever get nervous speaking in front of this little group of children? And so on. School, college, when you share your news with friends or even total strangers. We all do it once in a while. Some do it more. Did you anything stopped you then? Really? So you want to collect the proof that it's actually not true. You have pretty positive experience. So this is your resource. And also it is helpful to actually relax yourself and go back into those moments. You cannot really remember anything without reviving those emotions. So just relax in meditation, go back to those moments, remember the surroundings, what it felt like, who was there, how they were looking at you, how they were listening to you, what physically you felt. You bring it back. So this is your resource. You can revive those positive sensations and feelings every time you need to. I've done it so many times already. It felt good. I can do it over and over again. It's already familiar. I already have experience with that. And then also, people talk about motivation. Why it's not very effective. We think, okay, we get motivated about what will happen if we achieve certain goal. It might give you a little boost, but what is even more effective, what kind of pain you're trying to escape by doing this, achieving this? What kind of price will you pay if you don't make this happen? that is much more effective. So if you let yourself this perceived lack of confidence that might be absolutely not real hold you back, then maybe you won't be very good at marketing and earning income that you want. And what is the price for that? Maybe you won't be able to then come out from debts as soon as you'd like to. Maybe you won't be able to build up wealth to live for your children. Maybe you won't be able to live once you hit the retirement time comfortable enough, and you'll be dependent on somebody. I think that is a good motivation to make things happen. That will, wind up this propeller in behind to make you move and do things. So, but absolutely, you have to make like a timeline. Timeline. You're here right now. What is the pain you're trying to escape from, and where you're going to end up if you make this happen? You need to have that good picture clear too. If you do it in writing or even in a drawing, which sometimes our brain understands more than words, because our brain is much older than language. So images, symbols might be even more effective. That's why visualization works much, much better than just spoken affirmations. So if you'll make like little doodles, if I don't do this, this will happen. If I do this, this will happen. And obviously, for whom really you need to do this? You have to remember that. For self, we're not really we don't have that much drive to do things for ourselves, honestly, really. But you have children, you have spouse, you have people that you love and care about, you'll do much more for them. So if you need a daily reminder, put a sticky note on your at the edge of your computer. I need to do this for these people. And if that's not enough, also do it for the future self. Every day, somebody new wakes up in your bed. The one was yesterday does not exist anymore. And if you tell me it never happened to you, I won't believe you, because I experience it all the time. I wake up in the morning and I regret for not doing something yesterday, or I should have done. I felt lazy. I wasn't in the mood to do it. But now I see the real difference. It would be so much better if I had it done. Come in the morning to the kitchen, there's dirty dishes in the sink. Simple example. I should have done it yesterday. So if you think about the future self, the ones that will be born tomorrow, or in a year, or in 5 years from now, love her enough, care for her enough to do things today that will improve her life experience, make this world, the surroundings, the environments a little better. What's in your power? Do that. So with anything, actually, with any task, any work you need to complete, any goal you need to reach, you always have to have your priority list clear. Does not have to be written in stone, but at any given time you have to have them clear. They can change, but today, so a little card little card, don't put more than 3 or 4 priorities right now. What is the most important for those? Are not goals. Those priorities and goals are different. You start with priorities. What's the most important? Maybe the health yours or your family as a collective. Maybe finances. Maybe you need that sense of achievement and build your career business. Maybe you're doing everything for your child. Maybe you're just getting married and this is the number one priority. So 3, 4, not more than that. And this little card, I would suggest even make multiples the same and stick them everywhere you can. Bathroom mirror, nightstand, wallet, your desk. Put it in your planner, in your calendar, on the top of a fridge, on the door of a fridge, everywhere. And every time you need to make a decision. So this is practice. You need to do 3, 4, maybe a whole week to make it automatic. So, you have to make a choice and decision like 1,000 times per day. You start with little ones. I don't feel like going to bed at 10 o'clock at night. So as soon as you find yourself questioning things or trying to make a choice, you look at the card. Our brain is actually lazy. Because it takes up 85% of energy of the entire body, physical body. Where it's possible, it tries to preserve itself and not work. So that's why decision making, learning is difficult. So brain tries to trick you and make excuses for not doing this. Decisions is a difficult job for brain. It does not like do this. So now, like, should I go at 10 o'clock to bed, or maybe I can read something, or watch a movie, or have a cocktail, or call my friends. So it starts running on track. But here you already made decisions. You look at your priority. Does it fit this criteria? The decision is already made. You only have to try to fit it. Does it fit? If it doesn't fit, brush it off. It's easy. It's painless. Your friends call, let's go out for dinner. Doesn't fit this this criteria. If it doesn't get you closer there, then maybe it shouldn't be. It doesn't have to be forever like this. That's another thing. If you'll decide this is how it's going to be for the rest of your life, every day it will feel heavy. You'll question your decision, but for now, right now, this is how it is. Then it's very easy. After doing it repeatedly for a few days, that list will embed here in your frontal lobe and it will become an automatic filter. Then all the decisions will be automatic and painless and easy momentarily. Any decision you have to make, you will go through this filter. Does it support your priorities or not? Then you brush it off if it doesn't. And then the goals you set depend based on your priorities, not out of blue. I had so many clients going, I never can reach your goals, but then when we start to actually look into it, first mistake, goals are sometimes set by other people, society, schooling, parents, they want something, but it does not match your priorities. Then your brain sabotages you. And another mistake is why goals are not reached, because very often people make wishes instead of setting goals. I want be slim and beautiful and in great shape. They write it out, but they never do anything. It's just a wish. So you set your goals and then you actually strategize, you write plan step by step how you can do this. And then in those increments, those steps, you'll find where that sense of confidence is needed. But now the confidence, if you perceive it as a problem, it's not really a problem or an issue. It's just a tool, a vehicle to get you from step one to step two. Then you view it in very different angle, from very different angle. It's not a problem. Or you use it, or you find something else, another tool. You make it work. If it's more practical at the moment, then you use it. Another thing very effective with confidence is actually write kind of like a new story, new scenario of your life. Before bed, last thing you do, you're already in bed, you get your journal, you're building up story sentence by sentence. You don't write whole paragraph in one setting. You just add 1-2 sentence. You write in present or past tense as if it's happening already or already happened, even if it's not true yet. So you're writing new scenario. I'm really digging how confident and self-assured I am now. And you can make up. The more sci-fi it is, the less resistance your mind will have. Oh, no, it's just a game. It's a fairy tale. I don't have to question it and figure out, is it possible or not? The more wild your fantasy is, the better. So you're building up every night, just couple of sentences. You don't write in the same thing as a formation, you building up, continuing, supporting that one thing. It works for anything really, for any area of your life, health, money, relationships, education, anything. Well, today we're talking about confidence. It will work beautifully for this. Today, I gave a speech in front of 300 people. They were absolutely mesmerized. And I loved that feeling. Something like this, you're building up. So, minimum 21 days. Scientists say 21 days. I would say full moon cycle, which makes it like 28 days, whole month, basically. You focus on one thing, just building up the story for whole months, and then you can continue switch to next topic. What will happen? You write, so you have certain thoughts, because those are the last thoughts right before you're falling asleep. They will keep processing through the dreams, which is very powerful. Repeating it every night, you polishing like drops polishing the stone, little by little, little by little. This is what you do to your brain. You're changing it physically. Gradually, new network will grow and your physically will change. People often say habits or addiction is psychological. We go to psychologists trying to fix these problems. It's not psychological, it's physiological. The brain physically designed through our beliefs, repetition. It's designed to behave in a certain way, to react in a certain way, but we can control it and redesign it. There is a plasticity. We can change that. Just you have to know what you're doing. That's why we're doing these practices. So for at least 1 month. And make it wild. Maybe you can, by the end of the month, you can publish it as a novella. Who knows? And then meditation and visualization is pretty powerful too. Because when you're relaxed and you visualizing, imagining things, your subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference between real experience or imagined. It records as a real thing. So you recorded at least 4 times positive scenarios, then it's true. Ah, this is real. Imagine yourself recording beautiful class or running it live or even coming out speaking in front of huge audience or being so confident and natural and comfortable in front of camera that you can win, award in Hollywood. And for the same reason, practicing and doing this thing is needed too. Approach it as a game. As children, this is how they learn. They pretend first. They pretend. You pretend first to be comfortable on the camera. You pretend first to be comfortable speaking with people. And then, we know the power of exposure therapy. You start doing the things that you've been avoiding, afraid of, or not comfortable with, but you're doing it gradually in small increments. Now I'm going to record introduction video. I'll just record it. I don't even have to show it to anybody. I'm just going to allow myself be free and record just with my phone. Doesn't have to be fancy. You didn't like it, you erase it, you do it over in a couple of days. And then, well, you do it a few times maybe. And then if you don't take next step, this is all you will be doing forever. At some point you have to draw a line. Okay, I'm going to record it as it is. I will upload it to YouTube. I don't have to make this video public. I can hide it and put it in a private mode, but I will upload it. You upload it, so that's next step. And then, okay, maybe I'll switch it to unlisted and share it with my sister. Or to one person I'll show. And then you just, next step, just make it public. It's okay. I'll make it public for 1 day. If I still don't feel good, I can hide it. And then you just, take next step. And then it's not traumatic and terrifying. Small increments, step by step. Law of graduality in everything we do, then it's all possible. Okay, my nose start to drip. I'm channeling. I'm channeling now. Okay, smart words may come out from my mouth now. Yeah, so remember that also, why we're here today, you've chosen to be a shaman. You have to always remember that shaman's not really human being anymore. You've made that choice. You have to rise above this. This is not about you anymore. It's not just you who's speaking, teaching, healing. Spirit comes through you. So if you feel really scared, uncomfortable doing something, it just means that you haven't removed yourself from the matrix. You're just like any other human being. You shouldn't be. You have to rise above that and allow the spirit come through you freely. You're a channel through which God speaks. And when you are becoming aware of it, it's not difficult to open your mouth and share what you know, what comes through you. Share your knowledge, your wisdom. advice, teachings. And you know, with all the shamanic practices that we've been doing, there is a reason for it, why we're doing it too. If you've been doing grounding now for a while, you probably feel the difference. It too gives you that sense of stability and more confidence. No? Feel it? At least in the moment when you're doing it. It feels like you are standing on your feet more firmer. And then the elemental balancing that we do, invoking different energies, that too, very helpful. So if you're absolutely shaking before shooting the video, maybe starting with grounding and invoking elemental energies, that would be very helpful. And also, you can invoke entities that you work with. You can ask spirit for help. You can ask your ancestors for help. You can do shape shifting. And I'm not just, Allison or Kim or Samantha. I'm a jaguar. There is absolutely nothing that can stop me. Or I am now Kali that speaks truth. Or I am now my entire bloodline. And I'm speaking for those who couldn't before me. So if you remember that confidence it's just something silly, small, insignificant humans made up as an excuse for not doing what they're supposed to. And also, there is, another aspect to it. When you're doing something, you know that it's important, and something stops you, whether it's your own inner voice that sabotages you or conditions and environment don't align perfectly. You also have to remember that we are always at war with other forces. So ask yourself, who doesn't want you to share this important information that can be so helpful to others? Who tries to stop you? Who doesn't want you to fulfill your destiny? Who doesn't want you to succeed? Even if you won't find exact answer, I mean, just thinking about it will give you this boost. Now I'm going to show you what I'm worth. So we're ready for hypnosis. Well, before we start, today I'll show you regular classic hypnosis for confidence. How it's, clinical way is done. But there are many ways you can do it. You can simply imagine yourself in a relaxed state. You can do a journey, invite entities, ask them for advice, or give you additional resource. You can also do withdrawal inwards and awaken those tiny parts of you that are responsible for being confident, persistent, for that drive. Or maybe there is an inner goddess that is asleep within you that is so wonderful with speaking on public. So can be few different aspects that you can awaken and nurture it back to life and make it powerful. And also you can do quantum jumping. Accept the idea of parallel worlds. There are so many of you living different lives at once. You can connect with one or many at the same time. One that does public speaking for living. Maybe inspirational speaker. One may be a professor in a big university. One might be an actress. That doesn't matter what she speaks, everything comes out so beautifully and mesmerizing. Everybody loves it, no matter what. And then you merge with them to acquire that informational imprint, bring it back, and activate those resources within you. So that makes sense, yeah? So today we're gonna do classic way, so you'll know. At least you'll taste the difference. I mean, they all exist for reasons, they're all helpful, all practical, and it's nice to have different tools in your toolbox. All right, do you need a little break to run to bathroom before we start? Okay. Everybody's back. Samantha, I cannot see you, but I hope you're back. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, as always, uncross your legs, hands. Focus on your breath. Just for a little. Allow to deepen and slow down a little. And you'll notice that each and every breath will help you to drift a little deeper into this beautiful relaxation state. I'll start counting now from 10 to 1 backwards. As I count, you'll start to relax deeper and deeper, and by the time I'll reach the number 1, you'll reach the perfect trance state that is deep enough for what we will be doing today. And as you know now, that with practice, you get better and better and better at it. Most likely today, you'll reach a deeper level of relaxation than before. 10, allowing your muscles to relax. 9, all joints are unlocked, muscles start to soften. 8, Already now, notice pleasant wave of relaxation start to flow through the body. 7, drifting deeper within yourself. 6, already now feeling comfortable, peaceful, content. Relaxing deeper and deeper now. 5. At this point, you can drop the veil, block out the rest of the world, leave all your worries behind. 4. With each and every number, drifting deeper and deeper, becoming more relaxed, more comfortable. 3. Feeling safe, secure, peaceful, tranquil. 3, 2, drifting even deeper now. With each and every breath you take, with each heartbeat, drifting deeper and deeper. And 1, letting it go, completely sinking, drifting, floating down deeper and deeper and deeper yet. You're finding yourself in a big movie theater. You might be alone there, or maybe surrounded with many other people, people that you know, or complete strangers. And it's a story of your life on the screen. Not the real story, but the one that you keep telling yourself over and over. That I'm not really good enough, not strong enough, not persistent enough, don't know enough. Maybe I'm not lucky. Maybe bad things always happening to me. Maybe I'm an imposter. Maybe I'm just not meant for good things in this life. And now that it's been played on this huge screen in bright colors with loud sound, only now you realize how silly this story is, how untrue what you've been telling to yourself. And if there are other people in the movie theater, you start to observe how they react to the story. Some shaking head in disbelief, some maybe have a little giggle, and maybe at some point you feel even a little embarrassed for making up such a silly story about yourself. And now you decide to stop it. You don't want others to see it. You walk back into this room from where the movie was projected. And you take control of the projector. You remove this film and you destroy it. And while you destroying and ripping and cutting this film, you start to hear noises coming from the movie theater, people that came to watch the movie, paid money, are upset that there is nothing on the screen. Now you realize there is no choice but actually give them something to watch. And now you have to create a movie that is more interesting, more exciting, more true about you, your life. And now you're again on the screen, but now you're very aware of what's happening. You're in control. You're mindful about every word that's been spoken, every move made, because you know the entire world might be watching now. And you want to produce a movie that you will be proud of, that will show you in a good light. So create those little scenarios. Show people how you carry yourself through the world, how confident you are, smart, collected, in control, kind, and even ruthless when the life calls for it. Show the world that when you set goals, you're very smart about strategizing. So you always succeed. Show the world just how much of knowledge and wisdom you have, and you're ready to share it. Show the world how helpful you are to people. And you have so much to say, you have so much to share. You never miss an opportunity. Whether it's working one-on-one with the person that asked for your help, you give your 100%. Or maybe it's in writing. You create something written and you put it out into the world, and people read it, learn from it, and perhaps with what they learn from your writing, they can improve their life and maybe even help others. Or maybe you create something very unique, like a painting or a beautiful piece of jewelry or a sculpture. And through that, you can express yourself. Or maybe you speak, whether it's on podcast, in videos, or on a stage. And as you're watching the screen playing this movie, you can see very bright light shining there. And you're dressed in the most beautiful attire coming out on the stage and giving your best speech. You calm, comfortable, collected, confident. You know your subject very well. You have so much knowledge and experience to support it. And you're also obsessed with this subject. You can talk about it for hours, and it's contagious. And you can see now people that are sitting in the movie theater, they're absolutely mesmerized. They can't take their eyes off you. And you yourself, watching yourself on the screen, start to fall in love with this image. Walking confidently, standing tall, speaking beautifully, allowing those words of wisdom just flow like a beautiful river, carrying out and sharing with people your knowledge, wisdom, experience, inspirations, your kindness, your love. And as you keep watching this movie, the sounds start to become even more beautiful. Not necessarily loud, but the kind of sound that penetrates you, reaches every cell within you, delivers the message. And the colors start to become so beautiful, so intense. And the image on the screen start to become bigger and bigger and bigger. Now it's so big you almost can reach it. And now this person on the screen that plays you, reaching out to you with the hands. Don't hide away, you've been hiding for too long already. Reach out with your hands too. And now you've been pulled into the screen and standing next to this person that's been playing you. And now your movements and words are synchronized. So perfectly synchronized that you merge and become one. And now you don't know what's the difference between this person that played the role or the real you. And perhaps at first you might be surprised how comfortable and natural it is to be on the stage. Speak, move, present, share. And how good it feels to have people listening to you, accepting you, believing in you. Take a few deep breaths to anchor those good feelings. Nice deep breath, hold it in. Exhale slowly. And every time you exhale, you'll notice that those good feelings have become more intense, stronger, bigger, more powerful. You feel even more confident, even more comfortable. Another deep breath, hold it in, let it sink in. Exhale, and now you're even more comfortable, as though you've done it a million times, as though you've been born to do this thing. Another deep breath. Exhale slowly. You're so comfortable in this role. You feel safe, secure, confident. You know exactly what to say, what to do. You're fully aware of your full potential, just how much you have to share. You know your worth. You know that you're important. Take another deep breath and allow to anchor within your body. From now on, each and every time, just a simple act of taking a deep breath and exhaling slowly will help you to return into the state of feeling calm, comfortable, natural, collected, confident. Doesn't matter where you are, by how many people you're surrounded. Doesn't matter in which form you're expressing yourself, whether in writing, creating something, speaking, presenting. Doesn't matter in which form, where, when. You'll always feel comfortable and confident. Take another deep breath. Exhale slowly. From now on, each and every time, you have to share your knowledge in whatever form. You'll feel comfortable, confident. You'll know exactly what to do, what to say. Now I will count from 1 to 5. As I count, all the bodily processes will normalize. You'll feel energized, recharged, refreshed. 1, body temperature, heartbeat, blood pressure, breathing become normal. The body is functioning harmonious now. 2, already now feeling more confident, much more comfortable. 3, actually excited now about sharing your knowledge. 4, remembering now that all it takes is to take a nice deep breath and exhale slowly, and you'll instantly feel more comfortable and confident. And 5, whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, feeling very good.
So I had a delivery as soon as you started, and I just got back, so I missed the whole thing.
Oh, it's on
I know.
recording.
Okay, well, as soon as I get the recording, I'm going to do it. Oh, okay.
Thanks God for technology.
Right? Exactly. As soon as we started, the knock was at the door, and then I just came in at the very end.
Oh well. All right, ladies, you're all muted and I cannot see you.
Like, woo.
All right, you're all ready? Alison, where are you? You're not asleep, are you? Can I put you all back on the screen? We can chat? Yeah? Feeling good?
I always take the approach, Guzalia, like I try to go like I guess a deep meditation. Like I feel like it does reprogram my subconsciousness. That's like the perfect like combination. The talk and then whatever my brain pulls in. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Nice. Right. Well, now you can record your video, do your classes. Yeah, I think important to remember it's not really about you. The world needs you. It's your duty to share. Yeah,
It's not for you, it's for everybody else.
yeah, yeah,
Do all of that.
yeah. And then I think with maturity comes, I mean, we do get smarter with age, honestly. Yeah, when I was young, I would worry what people think about me. How do I look? Is my posture okay? I mean, you worry about wrong things. And then as you age, like, none of it matters. None of it matters. I was lecturing in university and I was so I went get glass of water because if you speak long, you need to drink something. Everything dries up. So I went got full big glass of water, and I'm walking through the hallway, and somebody ran into me. Everything. I had beautiful curls. I spent 2 hours fixing my everything, like my makeup, waterproof mascara. You know, waterproof mascara. Never buy it because you can't wipe it off once it's runs through your face. So I look like I don't know from a horror movie, and I remember like I panicked and I cannot go. There are like hundreds of people. And then I'm like, well, it's not about me. I don't really have a choice. I need to be there. People came to hear me. So as I start speaking, within 5 minutes, I forgot all about this. And then I think Samantha, you were there when I did energy. No, not energy healing. We did sorcery. I spelled wax all over myself. White, the whole can. So my hair, everything was in wax. So wax dried up, and I had pieces of white wax everywhere, and her hair stood. I looked ridiculous, but yeah, when you speak, when you talking about something that is important to you, you don't care about all of it. Doesn't matter. I mean, that's important to do what you love and love what you do, and be obsessed about it. Yeah. And then also I want to say, like, funny thing. People get interested in something, and then they start talking about it everywhere. It's not welcomed. They bug everyone. Friends who have no idea what you're talking about. Strangers. Then, well, I had that too. Paid class. Bunch of people paid money to come and listen. Somebody would interrupt and start promoting their business or talking about how wonderful they are, and like, I mean, just turn your camera and say everything you need and share with the world. There'll be more use than doing it in places it's not appropriate. So yeah, find that crazy inside you that is so obsessed about your topic that would want to talk, and turn the camera on and share it. Yeah. All right. Well, how else I can help you today? You have questions? What's going on with business? Are you still spaced out?
Yeah, I'm not quite back yet.
I've done the same thing that I've experienced whenever I've gone with you through a hypnotic adventure is I zone out. It's almost like I fall asleep and then I wake up. You know, it's like that quick. And then I realize where I'm at, and then I level out again. It's like you really do put me into a deep trance.
Well, trance is not static. It's always like this.
Yeah.
This is normal. There will be moments that, well, time distortion is normal. Sometimes it feels like you've been there for days. Sometimes it feels it just happened. It just happened. Sometimes it feels like the voice so far away, very muted, but sometimes it's like right here. And then I'm awake. Is it even happening? And then like I'm gone. Yeah, this is all normal. That's why it's, well, you know how it affects you. You know now what it does to your clients. That's why it's so important to watch them like a hawk always. Are they falling too deep maybe? Then especially if it's older people, or you see somebody that is exhausted at the end of the workday, you don't want them to fall asleep. Then maybe speed up your speech, become a little more louder. And then if you see somebody's, becoming a little restless, they start to move, okay, they're rising, I need to deepen. So see, if you haven't practiced, you would have no idea what it's like. Believe it or not, I know hypnotists who've been years in business and they've never experienced hypnosis. Never. Never.
Great.
There are courses that you learn, and there is no practice, like you don't experience, you don't know what it's like.
How are you supposed to know that it's working on your clients if you haven't experienced it?
I took my certification course was, we had 40 hours basic course. In these 40 hours we experienced hypnosis only once. It was self-hypnosis. So we set anchor. Well, whoever taught us, he set anchor. So now when you take deep breaths, you will be relaxed. This is all the experience. 40 hours course. This is only time we experienced hypnosis.
Crazy.
Yeah, and if you don't practice and don't experience while you're learning, after that, I've seen it too many times. Hypnotists will say, well, after I learned it and did it with my clients, I couldn't be hypnotized with anybody else. I'm judging, I'm comparing this right, this wrong. I'm too aware of anything that's going on. It doesn't work on me, which sounds really silly. I mean, it goes against everything we know about hypnosis and meditation, but there are many people like this. Yeah. So practice and experience it regularly is important. Any questions, ladies?
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to do preparation for Samhain. I don't even know how to say it in English. Samhain, I think Samhain. Samhain. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah. We'll work with ancestors. Just important.
What time is
Same time. Same time.
I'm not going to make it tomorrow. I'm at my brother's house. So can I catch up? Is that
Yeah.
all right?
Will be replay.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I won't be able to catch it, but I will do it on the recording.
Mhm.
Because it's so important, right? Because it's all,
It is. I
Yeah.
think this celebration of Halloween really, really, I mean, screws everybody up. They do things that's the opposite
Yeah,
of what should be doing. The opposite. And they're like, why am I sick? Why everything is, happening? Bad things happening to me. Why my husband lost job? Yeah. All right, we'll let you go. We're done, then. Thank you
Oh.
for tuning in live.
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Very helpful and informative. It was good.
Absolutely.
Bye, ladies.
Thank
Good
you.
day.
Bye-bye.
you.